Cali's currency at the high water line. Sand dollar stacked like coins in a shrine. To the economy of the beach, to the market of shells. I walk the deposit at dawn, where the surf swells and retreats, leaving the goods on the sand. The bank is open, the vault is the land, with the silver and round and the broken and stout. Little discs of the urchin get washed in and out. I pick them up careful, I hold them to light. See the 5 petals, see the 5 holes in white. The sand dollar holds the pattern of the flower and the star. The beach is the bazaar, the beach is the bar, where you trade in your patience, where you trade in your time, for the silver, for the round, for the perfectly primed dish that the ocean mints fresh every day. The tide is the press, the tide is the way. 1 for the pocket, 2 for the jar, 3 for the tide, 4 for the scar, 5 for the hand that holds them too tight. The sand dollar fades in the dark of the night. Collectors come early with their buckets and bags. They comb through the rack line like hungry old hags. Of the sea, of the salt, of the need to possess. The beach is the dress that fits the soulless, and the soul full of light. The tide doesn't care about the size of your bucket, about the size of your share. The sand dollar moves where the current decides. The rich and the poor walk the same wet ties. The bucket gets filled, the bucket gets empty. The tide is the bank, the tide is the sentry that guards the deposit, that guards the vault. The sand dollar is the currency, the sand dollar is the fault line of the beach where the transaction occurs. The ocean is the lender, the ocean is the spur. 1 for the pocket, 2 for the jar, 3 for the tide, 4 for the scar, 5 for the hand that holds them too tight. The sand dollar fades in the dark of the night. Closes, that never lies. The tide comes in, the tide counts. The sand dollar economy is the only why. I leave most of them where they lie on the shore. The sand dollar teaches what the ocean is for. Not taking, not keeping, not holding too tight. The 5 holes are the lesson, the 5 holes are the light that passes through, that slips through your hand. The sand dollar is the currency of the land and the water, the border, the in-between. The sand dollar is the only queen of a kingdom that rises and falls twice a day. The sand dollar is the only way to learn that the wealth is in the letting go. The tide is the teller, the tide is the flow that balances the books, that zeros the count. The sand dollar is the amount that never gets saved, never gets stored. The sand